Welcome everyone once again to another tier list video. As per tradition, we are doing NBA City Edition jerseys for the 2022-2023 season. This was a very depressing season because this was like right after Bill Russell died. So a lot of these jerseys you're going to see a little circular number 6 patch that is for him. His jersey was retired league-wide for his contribution, not only as a player, but as a coach and as a person. So you'll see a lot of those on here. The jerseys, as you can see here, that they actually sold, didn't have that. I know some people were able to just buy patches online that they could just put on their jerseys. But, you know, some people didn't want that, me included. not that I don't respect Bill Russell, just didn't really want that on my jersey. Per the usual, you know, I'm rocking the City jersey for my team always. You know, I had to get these when they dropped because I freaking love them. Probably my favorite jersey ever. But enough yapping, let's get into it. All right. We'll start off with the Sixers. Why not? You know, it's right here. My cursor's already over it. Starting with the Sixers, the brotherly love jerseys. Go B tier. I don't love these. They're not that great, to be honest. Like they're okay, I guess, but you know. Not that great. They've had better. They've had worse. Yeah, there's not really a lot I can say about that. It's cool they put it on there. I think a lot of cities should do that. Or like a lot of teams should do that where they put like the nickname for their city on their jersey. Some do that, some don't. They did that. They tried it. I don't care for it personally. Let's go next with the Pelicans. This is an A tier. Nothing wrong with it, to be honest. It's got like the New Orleans, like the Nolans, some call it. It's got the NOLA, which a lot of their jerseys will have, short for New Orleans, Louisiana. Got these like Mardi Gras colors, which look pretty cool. I think it works well for what the jersey is. Yeah, I think it works well for the jersey. The colors blend well. I don't know if I'd put a purple stripe on here, even though like when the jersey's already purple. But other than that, it doesn't look too bad. Memphis. This is a C tier. Yeah, it's a jersey. It's a choice. It doesn't look good. There's so much just that doesn't work together. A lot going on. It doesn't really work together. I would say in any other case, I would like the kind of that look to it, like that metallic, silvery sort of look to it. But here, it just doesn't work for me. You know, it doesn't work for me. It doesn't, and the font of the number doesn't really match with everything else. Oh, it's very, not great. Celtics. I'm gonna go B tier. Yeah. I think on the sides, what they have on the sides is pretty cool. I don't love the color, you know. Green's my favorite color. I want to make that known now. But this green, I don't care for. It's especially for the Celtics, it just doesn't work. The font's all right. I like the cursive Celtics, don't get me wrong. I just feel like the font on here doesn't look the best. But everything else looks fine. You know, it's just an okay jersey. The Lakers, that's another C tier. Yeah, man. I mean, it's just nothing going on there. It's cool that they put Los Angeles on there. I noticed that they don't do that a lot or ever. You know, they don't put Los Angeles on their jerseys. But when they do, it's, you know, not great. Yeah, these are very basic. And, you know, if you know me, you know, putting dark colors on dark colors never works. Same with putting like light colors on light colors. It never works. So putting black on purple or purple on black, whatever, it just doesn't work. And that's the issue. It's like it's either purple, black, or white on this jersey. If you added some gold in there, you'd be cooking. But they didn't. So yeah, I'll leave that where it is. Chicago Bulls. This is an A tier jersey. It's safe. Yeah, there's like some weird design on the jersey I don't really understand. Maybe it's because I'm not from Chicago. I do like the Chicago, like how it says Chicago across the chest. That looks cool. I think the colors used here work. Otherwise, really, I gotta say, the design on the jersey itself is just like, I don't get it, but it looks all right. But yeah, I really don't have a whole lot to say. It looks cool though. I feel like if they would have kept it white, which initially when they first released these, I thought it was just white. I was wrong. But if they had just kept it white, I think it would have been a lot. I think it'd look a lot cooler. Maybe an S tier. Maybe it would say an A tier. I don't know. But it's not bad. Actually, it's a B tier. You know, when I really think about it, it's just okay. You know, it's not like, oh, it's so cool. It's good, but it's not like great. Cleveland. Ooh, I'm gonna go D. I don't like these jerseys. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, these are not very good. You wouldn't catch me dead wearing these. Not very good jersey. Not a whole lot to say. I don't know what they were going for, but like this weird gold peach maybe color. I don't know. It's because it's not like fully gold, at least it doesn't look like it. With the white and everything, the colors don't work. The design doesn't really work. I don't understand it. I understand that they're like the land, but I don't understand like why this design and all doesn't really work for me. Also, let's do something more positive. The Atlanta Hawks. I love this jersey. This is a really freaking good jersey. If I liked anyone on the Hawks, I would own this jersey. I mean, golly, the font is gorgeous. The colors. I know I've talked about gradients before and how gradients don't really work. The gradient works so well here. Again, they're like colors. That's why it works. While color, like light colors on light colors and dark colors on dark colors don't work, when you use them in a gradient, it's incredible. It works so well. And here it works perfectly, going from that white to peach. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. And it reminds me of the TV show Atlanta, which is really freaking good, and I love that show. Love that show Atlanta. This is what it reminds me of. And it looks really good. So I would definitely love to have a jersey like that if I cared for anyone on the Hawks. We'll go with Denver next. This is a A tier jersey. This is pretty good. There's not really a whole lot to say about it. It reminds me of like an older Denver jersey. I'm sure that's what they're going for, but you know, it's nothing too crazy. It's just a cool like, hey, here we're taking sort of this look to it, and we're gonna do our own little thing with it. It looks good. It's a really good jersey. Not gonna lie. Let's go Charlotte. Charlotte Hornets. This is a C tier. Elephant in the room. The letters and how they look when they put together. You know, they usually do the CHA for Charlotte. I'm like 85% sure that's what was short for Charlotte was CHA. Maybe they have multiple ones. I don't know. But that's not great. But it's also not the biggest issue. The biggest issue is everything else. I am a big fan of the gold and like the mint color, which I've talked about before, where they have like mint color jerseys that have like gold and stuff on it. It looks phenomenal. And I love that. This doesn't really work that well for me. It's not even that black and gold, because I love black and gold. And I've talked about that so much. I love black and gold together. This doesn't really work, especially with like the mint color. I don't know. It's not working for me. The color is not working out. The freaking lettering, it's just kind of okay, I guess. It's not like the worst, but it's also not like great by any means. Brooklyn Nets. This is a D tier. I don't care for these. They did these in, I think the previous year they did in black, not as the year after. I don't know. They had black ones. They had this one. I don't like either. I don't care for when you have like this stuff on the sides, like the trim on the sides. When you only have that in one, like on one side, that's an automatic like, no, sir. I don't care for that. And on top of the design, it's just not that great. The colors are also not the best either. So yeah, there's not a lot to say about a lot of these that I haven't said about other things, because a lot of these are recolors or, you know, just different versions of previous ones I've had. Pacers. This is an F tier. Yeah, our first F tier. I didn't think I'd even do F tier. This, I don't get it. I don't get the design. I don't understand why it's the way it is. But it's the dark blue and black on top of the already ugly looking design, and then that yellow, whatever that is. I don't even know what that yellow is. It just doesn't work it just doesn't work. I don't understand it. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. Milwaukee Bucks. It's a B tier jersey for me. I know a lot of people love this jersey. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, it's one of the best jerseys there, blah, blah, blah. I don't get the hype. I think, so a big thing for me is if you're gonna get away from your main colors, it's gotta work, right? I know Milwaukee, on their regular jerseys, they have like a strip of blue on there, but it's just a strip. It's barely there. It doesn't work here as like a full blue jersey. Yeah, I don't know. I don't care for it. If it were a different color and the trim on the sides was a different color, I think it'd be a lot better. But it's that blue that's really killing it for me. Especially since like kind of abandoned their cream color, which their cream color really works with everything else. And it's just like, no, we're just making it white. I don't know. This doesn't really work for me. It's mainly the colors. The rest of the design isn't like that bad. It's a lot like Charlotte's. It's the colors just don't really work for me that well. Utah Jazz, S freaking tier. Now, yes, it is technically classic edition jersey, and that was in my video, my classic edition tier list. But these were also their city jerseys for this year. This is when they had that garbage. Barely, I lasted maybe 3 or 4 years. The freaking neon yellow and black and white that we try to forget because it was so atrocious. Yeah, the same year. But they went with these for City/Classic Edition, and it's phenomenal, dude. Peak jerseys, one of the best NBA jerseys of all time. Not even just City or Classic. One of the best jerseys of all time. And I would say that across sports, one of the best jerseys of all time. Incredible. Perfect. Miami Heat. This is a D tier. You know what? Screw it. I'll go F. This is a garbage jersey. I've always hated the like ransom note jerseys that they had. They had them in black. Then the next year they had them in white. Hated them when they were black. Hate them more when they're white. Don't take that out of context. But yeah, no, they don't get much better at white. I would say they get worse. I don't know why. If for whatever reason, the white works even less here, and it looks even worse. How, I don't even know. And then like the stripes, like the trim there, why? This is a garbage jersey, dude. Just never wear those again. Like the Vice. Bring back the Vice. Maybe not the freaking Gogurt looking ones, or the Trix yogurt looking ones, but anything else that isn't the freaking that. Let's go Detroit. Detroit is a D tier. This is not a good design. The colors, okay, again, you're getting away from your main colors. Color is not that great, you know, as is the color's not good. That's like a weird like oxidized metal green, like Statue of Liberty green that I don't understand why it's the color on here. And they threw blue in there as well. But just the design, the font, nothing about this really works together. And especially for the Pistons, you're not going to look at this and go, oh my gosh, that's the Pistons. You're going to think literally any other team. I don't know. It's not a good looking jersey. Sacramento Kings. This is a C tier. Pretty easy C tier. There's just nothing happening here. It's a gray jersey. Okay, the sides look good. If it were just a gray jersey, I'd probably put it down to like a D tier. The sides look pretty good. I like the design on there, the different purples. I think that works. But that's about all you can say about it. You know, it's a safe jersey where it's just like a regular design, the regular font you use for your logos. And that's about it. That's all there is to it. There's really not a lot going on there. Dallas Mavericks. Call me crazy. I love this jersey. This is an S tier. This has a very like 70s 80s look to it, with the font and like the shadow, I guess, kind of going down on it, where it's going to like the different greens and stuff. I love that. I feel like Dallas, which is gonna be a weird thing to say because they've been incorporating a lot more. I feel like Dallas has not been like they have green, right, in their like in old logos, and they've been incorporating it more. I want them to have that as like a regular color. Yeah, you got your blue, your gray. Throw green in there. Throw green in your logo. Incorporate it into like your regular home and away jerseys and whatnot. I think that would look really good. But I love it here. I think it works well, especially with like the blue. I think it works well. The font, everything, design, it's simple, but it works, and I love it. I actually have this as a shirt for Luka. Yeah, it looks really good. I love it. Toronto Raptors. So this is gonna go A tier, and I will explain why. I know I say that I love black and gold and white and gold. Anything like black or white with gold together, perfect. I love it. I'm a big fan of it. And I almost had this at S tier, but then I looked at the jersey. And if you look close, there's some random design on there. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it's there. It's like, what, like elephant skin or something? I don't know. It's weird. It doesn't work because I don't understand why it's there. I don't know why people put designs on jerseys just to put them there when they have like no significance. But I'm not a fan of this. It doesn't look that good, the design itself. The only thing saving this thing is the colors. Like the rest of it, really. The rest of the design and the colors, phenomenal. Phenomenal colors. Just the design of the jersey itself, not great. New York Knicks. That's a B tier. It's a very basic jersey. I don't care for it because... So I know I talked about how sometimes simple is good. Here, simple is just, it doesn't work. I'm just rip the band-aid off. I don't care for the black. Again, don't take that out of context. But for this, I don't care for the black jersey. If it was white, I'd give it a little more grace. But just because of the color of it, it doesn't look that great. You know, I'm talking so much crap about it, I should put it in C tier. Yeah. Again, the rest, like the sides of it are okay. Nothing too crazy. The New York number, whatever. It's basic. The NYC behind the Nike swoosh, I still don't get. I don't understand why that's a thing. It seems random. That definitely does not help the case. But maybe if this was in like a white or a cream color, would look really good here. If it was like a cream color, it'd be like B or A. Houston Rockets. I'm gonna go again as a Spurs fan. This hurts me. A tier. The last one I did, where it was like the remix jerseys. This was the Rockets jersey, and I liked it. And I even said it then. It hurts me as a Spurs fan to say this because I hate the Rockets. As a Spurs fan and a Rockets hater, I actually don't mind this one. I think it works. They're taking some of the best elements of older jerseys and using them well, and it still works here. I think it still works here. As long as they don't just keep doing it and keep milking it for everything it's worth, I think it'll stay at A. But yeah, nothing much to say that I haven't said before about it. Phoenix Suns. F tier. I don't get this jersey. I don't understand why it exists. The colors don't work. The design doesn't work. Nothing about this works. Like the number, right? You look at the number, it's got like 3 freaking colors on it. Why do you need 3 colors in one number? And there's nothing other than like the logo that signifies that this is the Phoenix Suns. You could just straight up put Phoenix on there and it would be like, oh, that's some AAU team or some college team. This has nothing to do with the Phoenix Suns. This doesn't work. This isn't good. The design of it is not great. The colors are worse. This is a bad jersey. I'm putting it up too long. San Antonio Spurs, easiest S tier in the video. So you can see, rocking it with the hoodie. I got the hat too. I didn't feel like wearing it. Yeah, dude, this is a gorgeous jersey. Gorgeous, beautiful. I freaking love this jersey so much. I have the shirt too. I'm wearing the shirt under this. Anyways, so funny little story here. When this was the Spurs' 50th season. And so for this, they did for their city jerseys, because they kept with the Fiesta theme for a while. The design is based off the 1996 NBA All-Star jerseys, which was the last and only time the All-Star game has been in San Antonio. And I love that jersey. It's you'll see it as people will talk about it as one of the better jerseys that's ever existed in the All-Star game. And to see that as a jersey here, love it. As a Spurs jersey. So story time. When I was a young boy, my father took me to the city. I'm just kidding. When I was younger, not that young, but when they announced way back when that the Spurs would have Fiesta jerseys, my first thought was, hey, they should take the 1996 All-Star jerseys and make that their jerseys. But don't put All-Star, obviously. So I wanted them to do put San Antonio on the front rather than the Spurs. Because up until that point, they never really had, at least in my lifetime, never really had San Antonio jerseys. Obviously, the first Fiesta jerseys did. So that was my idea. Here's sort of here, somewhere on here on the screen, there will be sort of a kind of the idea of what I was going for. Not exactly it, but you get, you kind of get the idea. But it was going to look exactly like the All-Star jerseys with San Antonio instead of All-Star. These jerseys, not exactly like that. Because it's pink on one side and orange on the other. Not exactly close. The sides, though. If you look at the sides, that trim on the sides. If you look here, yeah, exactly like the All-Star jerseys. But and everything else, yeah, looks like the same, but not these. But yeah, no, I really love these jerseys. Again, especially since it's one sort of similar to what I thought up when I was younger. And it's one of, and I've mentioned before, one of probably my favorite jersey ever for the Spurs. It's so good. Let's see. Minnesota is an F tier. This is an ugly jersey. There is so much, but so little going on here. These random colors, I'm sure they have significance, but they don't work on a jersey. They just seem so out of place and just so weird. And again, you're getting away from your team colors in the worst possible way. Design is bad. Font isn't very good for the Minnesota and the number and stuff. The design is ugly. Yeah, you never bring these back. Oklahoma City Thunder. This is a D tier. Oh gosh, yeah. Why did you make them dark gray, right? Why? Light gray, I would understand. But this is a dark gray, like a graphite gray. It doesn't really work, especially with the Thunder's colors. And the design is very basic. Yeah, I know a lot of my complaining is about the colors, but that's a big make or break thing. You can have a great design, but ugly colors, and it's just an ugly jersey. That's the thing people notice most of the colors. But yeah, it's mostly, again, it's a basic design. That doesn't help its case at all. And just the colors being ugly definitely doesn't help it. So that's, it's not bad enough to be an F tier, but it's pretty bad. Los Angeles Clippers, it's a C tier. I don't get these jerseys. I don't get the the weird multicolored stuff on the logo, in the middle, on the wording. It's got stained glass vibes to it, which I don't understand. I don't know why that's even a thing. Why you have stained glass design in your lettering. I think the lettering is cool. I think the cursive Los Angeles works. I think it looks really cool. I think that design itself isn't too bad. It's everything else, the colors, and I'm not too worried about the sleeve design because obviously what kind of person would it be if I'm complaining about sleeve stuff? But the rest of it is it's okay. Nothing crazy. Nothing worth noting. Golden State Warriors, it's another F tier. F tiers are there's way too many, but a lot of these jerseys are so bad that, good gosh, I mean, you can't really help yourself. Like, it would be an inoffensive jersey on its own, right? It still wouldn't be good, but it wouldn't be as bad. But you got this random freaking flower there. Is that a rose? I don't know. I don't know flowers that well. It's just yellow, and it's just so weird because the players will like wear it, right? You're talking them in anyways. You're talking them in, so there's really no point in them even being there. And so they're just gonna like seep out the top of the shorts some too, because it's not even like it does. The design doesn't end until like almost their chest. So you're looking at a design that's gonna peep out of the shorts a bit, which isn't gonna look good. And even if you just wore this jersey on its own, it's still an ugly jersey. Yeah, this isn't very good. Orlando Magic. This is a B tier. I'll go A tier actually. This is actually pretty good. I don't know what this has to do with Orlando. And I'll say that for a lot of these. I don't know what it has to do with anything. But I think the design, it's got like an Old West design. Again, don't know what that has to do with Orlando. Orlando is Central Florida. Not even close to the countryside or any western areas. Believe me, I know. It's been a struggle to do stuff because of that. But, you know, it's a good design. And it's still got the pinstripes, so it looks really cool. Yeah, it's a good jersey. It's a solid jersey. The colors work really well, believe it or not. Yeah, I don't know what to say. It's pretty good. Portland Trailblazers. This is a B tier for me. A lot of people like this. This one actually had very mixed reactions. So I will say, I like the colors. I'm a big teal turquoise guy. So the color really got me. Again, you get too far away from your normal colors, it becomes an issue. This one works because it's a good color. Does it have anything to do with the Trailblazers and their colors? No. But it's a good color. It's a safe design. It's like their normal jerseys, but just one color instead of three on like the stripe. And you know, it's got a design on it. Not a crazy design. Apparently it's based on the carpet at the airport. Okay. Which that's what PDX stands for, is they're like their airport. Sure. I don't know why you named you put your airport jersey on your airport name on your jersey. Tell you anyone could do that. I don't know if it would work, if the Lakers put LAX on their jerseys. I don't know. If Orlando put MCO, would that work? Probably not. So it's just an odd choice, but it's not so bad that it negatively affects that much. Just a little bit. Last and certainly not least, the Washington Wizards. S tier, one of the easiest S tiers. Yeah, that pink really works, man. That pink really works. Again, it's getting away from their normal colors. It does have their blue and white in there, so it doesn't move too far away from it. It just adds pink to it instead of having like red. It's a good design. It's a fine design. Nothing that they're haven't already done. Sort of like their regular jerseys. I'm just glad it doesn't say District of Columbia. I'm glad we've moved past District of Columbia on their jerseys. I've always hated that. I'm okay with it just saying Washington. The pink looks really good, kind of based on like the rose petals and whatever. Cherry blossoms. Or whatever the tree is there. I think it looks really good. It's a dope jersey. I like it a lot. It's a good design. The trim on the side looks really good as well. If you can believe it, I've got no switches. There is nothing here that I'm looking at and I'm going, hey, maybe I was wrong in that when I first put it there. Anything I did, I just did it there. I was like, oh, I did. Maybe this isn't an A tier. Maybe this isn't a B tier. Everything, I think I'm pretty content with where everything is right now. So this will be the final ranking for my tier list for the 2022-2023 NBA City Edition jerseys. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this list. I think I can live with this. Like S tier is jerseys that I would 100% own, and I would love to own any of these. A tier is like, they're not as good, but they're pretty good. B tier is they're fine. They're fine jerseys. C tier is meh. D and F tier are just bad. It's just F tier is way worse than D tier. D tier is like it's got some. It's not quite as bad as F. As I usually do. So yeah. Anyways, you agree or do you disagree? Let me know in the comments. What would you change? What would you put in these tiers? What would you switch around? And what's your favorite jersey here. Honestly, let me know what your favorite jersey is. You already know mine. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. If there's any other tier lists you want me to do or any other videos you want me to do, let me know in the comments and I will see if I want to do that. So, anyways.